Welcome to the live chat. Remember to guard your privacy. We are live, apparently. Things have changed a little bit, it seems, with the YouTube Live. I don't know. But welcome to anybody that comes on or sees this after the fact. Looks like there's probably nobody on right now, but that's okay, because I didn't announce I was going to do this anyway. But we're going to go for a ride. Kind of want to run something by anybody that happens to come on here. So we're going to go jump in the Tundra. It's sitting here waiting. I have to take off the shade that's up there that I'm running now to kind of protect the inside of the truck, actually. So I'm going to put you guys on some kind of a mount. I didn't plan on doing this live stream vertically like this, but that's how it came up, so that's how we're going to do it, I guess. So let me see about removing the thing up here. See if I can't do it with you guys on my mount, so let me get you guys. Yeah, I know you're probably floating all over the place. There, let's just stow this. I don't know, let's stow it in the back. There we go. How's that for being prepared, huh? Let's see if I can get you stuck on my mount. Hopefully it'll stay there. I don't have it set up to be vertical like this, you know. And hopefully I won't connect to the radio. Let's find out. Bluetooth is not good when you're using your phone, you know. The wrong Tundra. Yeah, I'll get into that in just a minute. I discovered something. Figure, you know. Now, it says phone call in progress. Can you hear me right now? Because it looks like I'm connected to the radio. So I don't know if volume is coming through. For anybody that's on, if you can hear me, can you hear me? Can anybody hear me? Somebody say yes or no. Yes, okay. Because it connected to the radio. I don't know. It says phone call in progress. That's weird. That's something a little bit different. Hootie says, I can hear you. Michael says, yes, thank you very much. All right, we're going to pull off here. I have a truck behind me. Let me show you what I'm dealing with. I have a truck behind me that obviously I don't want to run into. So I got to pay attention to what I'm doing here for a second. Not that I'm not going to pay attention the whole time. I mean, you know, but to get out of my space here. I don't want to hit my truck either. The Tacoma's in front of me, so, you know, logistics. I've got a logistical problem. We're going to get to the topic here in just a minute, which is buying the wrong Tundra. I really think I did. Going to get to that in just a second. This is the new iPhone, by the way, and it's the first time I've live streamed with it, so I don't know if they changed the orientation or what, but typically... oops. If you guys could, yeah, you can't. I don't want to hit mirrors either. Yeah, rather close to that truck beside me. That's kind of a bummer. Make sure nobody's behind me either. All right, we're gonna see if we can't get out of here without any issues. The radio still says phone call in progress. 15 miles per gallon, something like that. Which really shouldn't be overly surprising, I suppose. There, I had to get rid of a message. Shouldn't really be overly surprising. I mean, it's a big truck and it is a Tundra, and a lot of my driving is done through town and stuff. So, or not through town, but on lower speed limit areas, I guess. So, shouldn't really be surprising that I'm getting really horrid gas mileage. I would call 13 to 14 miles per gallon horrid. I'll check it in a minute and let you guys know. Yes, you are in progress, but glitchy. Really? So what? The sound is kind of glitching? I assume you mean the sound, not the video itself. You'll have to let me know. You are in progress, but glitchy. Maybe it's just me that's glitchy. I don't know. All right, we're out of the danger zone, running into things. That's one thing when you have a big truck like this Tundra, which is huge. It likes open spaces a little bit more, right? Likes to be out here in the open. I'm curious too, the picture that you guys are seeing. Let's see. Video is now pixelated. Sound is now better. Oh, that's lovely. Well, I am working. It probably switched over to cellular because I'm out of range of Wi-Fi now, obviously, since I'm driving. So hopefully, if it's pixelated, it'll clear up as well now that it should have switched to uh, full cellular. We shall see. Anyway, let's talk about the wrong Tundra. I was on Toyota's site looking around at what was available and that kind of thing, and a blurb popped up about lifted Tundras. And I'm like, oh, that would be cool because I've been thinking about doing that. I love lifted trucks, and the Tundras that I've seen, this new body style, well, new to me, I guess it's been out since 2022. But lifted, they look really good. Bigger tires, 35s at least. I say at least because you could go probably to 37s or something like that. But they look really good. Toyota now offers a factory lifted Tundra. And I saw that and I'm like, oh my God, are you kidding me? A factory lifted Tundra. It has a 3-inch lift. And it does look like they're not putting bigger tires on, though. Now, maybe that's an option. I'm not sure. I haven't really explored it that much, but maybe there is an option to get bigger tires. Maybe, I don't know. I've got 20s on this, so it's not really the wheel size, I suppose. It's the tire size. So maybe that's an option. I could get something that's bigger. Speaking of tires, there's a dead pair lying on the side of the road that somebody just decided to leave. I don't know why people do that. They're just in the middle of somebody's property. Unless it's theirs, maybe they sat the tires there and they're going to get rid of them later or something. I don't know. But anyway, you can get a 3-inch lift from the factory on the Toyota Tundra. And oh my God, it's awesome. It looks awesome. That would be really freaking cool, right? But I didn't know that at the time. And the only problem with that is it seems like you have to order it. It's not something that a lot of dealers are going to stock, although I do know some dealers have them. I've seen a few dealers that have them, but nothing around me. So it's something that you'd have to order, and it's a $3,995 option. We'll call it $4,000. So for a tidy fee of $4,000, you can have a 3-inch lift. Now, I realize you can lift a truck with just almost 3 inches with just shocks. I mean, you can do the Bilstein adjustable shocks and have almost a 3-inch lift, 2.79 inches, I think it is. And then you could put bigger tires on it and gain even a little bit more height. So you could end up with almost 4 inches of lift if you went that way for a lot less money. Now, if you throw the tires into it, you're talking about, because I wouldn't necessarily do wheels, although I would want to have that offset. I've considered doing spacers, which I've done before, and maybe moving the wheels, the tires out, maybe about 1.25 inches, something like that. But you can do that for less than $4,000. I mean, it's going to cost you for just tires. Figure, let's go high, $300 a piece. That's $1,200. And then let's throw in the spacers. That's another, I don't know what, couple $100. So you're at about $1,400, something like that. And then if you throw a lift on, let's say you spend $2,000, you'd be at about $3,400, something like that, plus tax. So, and that's installed. So I guess you're about within $600, but you're also adding tires to the deal, which Toyota doesn't do. Their $4,000 gets you that 3-inch lift. That's it. So really, if you go the Toyota route, you're going to spend $4,000 and then have to turn around and buy tires if you're not going to change the wheels. And that's going to cost you about another $1,200 or so. So you'll be about $5,200 plus tax into the mix, right? So probably about $5,400. I don't know. That's a lot more than you need to spend, I think, if you just do it yourself outside of Toyota. Of course, if you do that, then you're not gonna have the warranty and all that stuff, right? Which I know is important. It's important to a lot of people. It's important to me too on a new truck. I mean, especially a new truck that's only been out for a couple of years, a new model. Kind of nice to maintain the warranty on all of the suspension parts. Obviously, you'd still have the warranty on the engine and all that, but since you're messing with the suspension, I'd kind of want to maintain that stuff as well. So something to consider. Now, the other thing that's interesting to me, Toyota has this lift. Can you buy it independent of the factory? Or, in other words, can you go ahead and take a truck like what I have right now and buy the lift from the dealership? This is something I think I'd want to have done by the dealer, but buy it from the dealership and have it installed after the fact. In other words, will they do it on an existing or pre-owned truck? That I don't know. That seems to be a little bit hazy, and it kind of depends on who you listen to. There's a lot of folks out there that like to say things. Of course, it's the internet. Why not? But like to say things that aren't necessarily true. So I'm not sure that you can do it that way. It is something that I would consider doing with this truck. The other thing that I noticed is that you can't do it on a two-wheel drive truck. So that's another problem. This, of course, is a two-wheel drive truck. Uh, I don't know. I kind of doubt Toyota would do it, even though they could. There's no reason they couldn't do it with a two-wheel drive truck, but it kind of seems to me like that's not something they're interested in doing. And I know that because the first time I went in to try to find it on the build site, I selected a two-wheel drive truck for no particular reason. It's just the first thing that I hit. And that 3-inch lift option did not come up. And I'm like, well, wait a minute. I know it exists. They're advertising it. So I went back in and selected a TRD off-road 4x4, and the option came up. And the difference, of course, was the trim level, I suppose, and the fact that it was a four-wheel drive versus a 4x2. Rob, if it's on the internet, it must be true. It's federal law. Would I kid you? Coming from a former peace officer, I would take anything you have to say as gospel. So, no, I do not think you would misinform me. It must be federal law, right? Right. So anyway, that's kind of what I'm thinking is I kind of missed out. I didn't know enough. I do this all the time. I do kind of knee jerk when it comes to vehicles. If I see something I like, it doesn't usually take me long to put my hands on it. And that's kind of what I did with this truck. I went to Toyota and they had, actually, I looked online first and they had 2 or 3, 4 maybe Tundras in stock. And I saw this one, the black one, which is the trim or the color, I guess, I prefer because of that front grille. I think this grille is so massive that you have to get a black truck with the black grille to kind of make it all kind of blend in. Otherwise, it's like there's this big face on the front of the truck, right? I didn't want that. So I grabbed this truck because I love the looks of it, and I still do. Black is the best color for any vehicle, in my opinion. It's just the biggest pain in the arse to keep clean, right? I mean, it gets dirty just sitting and doing nothing. Even down here where we get little rain, although today looks like it might rain at any minute. So might start pouring on the truck. One other thing I wanted to mention here, I've talked about this trip that I'm going to be taking in the truck. Granted, it's not until next year at some point. But the plan was to throw an air mattress in the back. And they have air mattresses that kind of have little pedestals on them that take up the space in the wheel wells. In other words, so you get a flat surface off of the back seats. You leave the back seats as is, and then you just kind of slip this air mattress in there, and you're good to go, right? But I was on, I think it might have been YouTube this morning, or maybe it was yesterday. Let's see. Fergie says, all kidding aside, it is a great looking Tundra. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. But anyway, I think it was on YouTube this morning, and there was a girl that popped up. Not that that's relevant to anything, but it's what I saw. And she is traveling in her car. And she started the video off as all YouTubers like that do, that are showing these camping type things or whatever, with her sleeping or laying in the seat. She was in the passenger seat with the seat fully reclined, sleeping, supposedly. I'm sure she was awake. The camera didn't start itself, right? So I got to thinking, you know, do I really need this air mattress thing? I mean, am I able, these seats are certainly plush. Am I able to go ahead and put the seat down and get it flat enough that I can actually, it's one night. I mean, it's one night. I could stay in a hotel, I know, but this is something I just wanted to try for kicks, right? Plus, I'm traveling with someone else who has a camper, and not enough room in the camper for me, I don't think. It'd be very crowded and probably not any more comfortable than being in the truck. So I want to stay where they're going to stay on the trip. But anyway, I'm thinking of doing that, going ahead, and I may test it after this video. Or if you guys want to see that, let me know. I'll bring you along with me, and I'll whip the seat down and crawl in over there and see what it feels like. I can't do that right now, obviously, because I'm driving. So anyway, I'm thinking about kind of whipping that seat down and just sleeping there. All I'd really need is a sleeping bag or something to throw over myself while I'm trying to sleep. That's assuming that it's cold. This is going to be probably in the June-ish time frame, something like that. So while it might be 120 degrees down here in South Texas, I'm heading north, it might not be so warm up that way. So I think I'll be okay. Coming back is a different story. When I'm coming back, it's going to be hot everywhere. So sleeping in the truck, I might have to just go ahead and get a hotel room. We'll see. I don't know. I could leave the truck on and run the air conditioning, but man, the way this thing burns gas, and it's not diesel, yeah, probably would burn quite a bit of gas overnight trying to sleep in the truck with it running. The other thing is, I would be, for some crazy reason, more comfortable being in the front seat. I don't know what it is, sleeping at a rest stop or a truck stop or whatever. I just feel like I'd be more comfortable in the front seats from a location standpoint, if that makes any sense. Fergie, I was able to sleep very well in my Z28 with the seat back folded down. Tundra should be okay. There you go. So, yeah, and this will definitely be bigger, I would think, than the room that you had in the Z28 for sure. Hootie says, Rob, you are starting to make it sound like you should have kept your Gladiator, LOL. Definitely not. I love the Gladiator, and there's a misconception out there from some people that I got rid of it because I thought it was going to have problems or whatever. None of that's true. I got rid of it because I'm going to be doing some traveling and I'm going to be driving because I don't fly. I don't like to fly. It's bigger, it's heavier, there's more room inside, I can sleep in it, and I can haul more with it as far as in the back. That's why. Nothing wrong with the Gladiator. Love that truck. I miss it. I have regrets not having it, but I don't have any regrets in trading it off for this, given what I want to do. So, no, it's not that I should have kept the Gladiator. Plus, as a YouTuber, you have to be willing to sacrifice even vehicles that you like, because you have to move forward into different things. Otherwise, you become stagnant and have nothing to talk about. So no car is safe in my stable because of that. I always have to be willing to trade things off. And it's what I do. It's my employment. It's how I feed myself. So it's my business. So that's why. Nothing wrong with that Gladiator. Matter of fact, the fellow that bought it actually contacted me shortly afterwards, just to ask me a question about the lighting or something, one of the switches. I hope I told him the right thing. I think I did. Anyway, it didn't last too long on the lot. So somebody else got a really nice truck with a great setup, I think. Nothing wrong with it other than that slight vibration, which, putting some fuel cleaner or additive in takes care of. So if you happen to be on here, the fellow that bought that Gladiator, that's all you have to do is put some fuel cleaner in it once every 3 months or so, and you'll get rid of that problem. Now, one other thing I want to mention before I get back, excuse me, and we try out this seat thing I want to try. And that is my mother's Gladiator. Jeep Gladiators, as well as probably any other auxiliary battery powered auto stop nightmare, seems to last about 3 years, and then that auxiliary battery has to be replaced. It just happened in my mom's Jeep Gladiator. Hers just went over 3 years old. The main battery died. They replaced the main battery because they thought that was the only problem. After that, she started to get auto stop malfunction warnings. Things started coming up on the screen, and it didn't seem to be starting as strongly as it was when they first put this new battery in. So they replaced the auxiliary battery, and all is well. The messages are gone. The starting is good. The auto stop system, unfortunately, is working again. That had quit working, by the way, and she had these messages on her screen. So fortunately, that seemed to take care of the problem, but man, it seems like it's about a 3-year life cycle for that battery, and then you get to do something else. And what a crappy design that is. I mean, they didn't make it so this battery is easy to get to in the first place. You got to dig around underneath the the fender well or underneath the engine side or whatever to get to it. Just not easy. We for auto stop start, worst invention ever. I agree. Such a horrible idea, man. And why? They must not have tested it. That, or they tested it in a lab, hooked it up to make sure that it worked, and then they just called it a success and moved on, because there's no way they tested it for 3 years in the real world. They couldn't have. If they did, then they're a little bit shady in going ahead with a system that does not work. And whether or not Jeep has done anything about it, I don't know. I don't know if Stellantis, or whatever they're called now, has actually done anything to solve the problem, or if it's still just the same. Hootie says, do you recall the name of the auto stop start delete kit you had in the Gladiator? I think it was called Auto Stop Eliminator, I believe. If not, you can search for the battery. Just search for Rob Motive JT, or actually, you'd have to search probably Tundra Mission now, since the name of the channel has changed. And Auto Stop, or Stop Start, or Auto Stop Eliminator, or something like that. And it will lead you to the video. And I did mention it in the video. And I think there may even be a discount code or something. I don't know. Michael Bach, my auto stops. Let's see. My auto stop start works intermittently, even after both batteries were replaced. Well, it will work intermittently. I mean, that's a normal function of the system, depending on the conditions. If you're running your air conditioner full blast, it won't run the whole time. If it doesn't have a good enough charge, it won't run the whole time. So there are circumstances where it won't run the whole time. If you don't depress your brake far enough, it won't start. It won't kick in, rather. So there are instances where it may not work, and that's normal. I know one thing they did in the Tundra, because I have auto stop, is they set it up so if I don't push the brake pedal down all the way, it doesn't activate, which I love, because I seldom stomp the brake pedal to the floor, so it's not really an issue for me now. It doesn't start, or the auto stop doesn't start anyway, so it's cool. All right, we're home. I'm going to jump over here. I'm going to see if I can put you guys. The auto stop just functioned in here, by the way. I'm going to set you guys hopefully over here. I think you might be able to see. Okay, let's see. Nope, you can't see anything there. I'll position the camera in a minute, but I'm going to go over on that side of the truck. Get this thing out of the way here. And we're going to put that seat down, and I'm going to see if indeed I could actually manage to sleep over there. So hold on, I'm going to run around the other side of the truck. Okay. All right. We're over here. Let me shut the door, keep the mosquitoes out of here. I'm going to see if I can't angle you guys. I think I can. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. All right, let's see. I want to go ahead and put this seat all the way back. Oh, that's it. Wow. I mean, I guess I could. I don't know. I'd be sleeping at an angle though, right? Typically a right side sleeper, so if I had a pillow, I might be able to do it, but it would be much better if it laid flat. Am I hitting the seat? No, I'm not even hitting the seat so that I could actually, you know, maybe fold the seat up and go further down. So that's kind of a bummer. That might be a neat mod for the truck, actually, to do something with the hinge work so that you could lay the seat all the way down and then be able to lay all the way across the seat. I don't know. You've just shown why TV isn't done live anymore. Uh-oh, what did I show? It wasn't a bad thing. Anyway, could I do it? I mean, yeah, I probably could, but I mean, I'd be no worse off just sleeping over there on the driver's side. This doesn't get me flat out. Let's try one more time. Yeah, this is as flat as I get, so I'm at an angle. So there's no real way I could do this and be able to lay flat. Kind of a bummer. I was really hoping that would work, because otherwise I'm going to have to crawl in the back, and that'd be kind of a drag. What the Z does something better. Oh, wait a minute. We forget what the Z does something better than the Tundra. Oh, I get it. If it laid flat, it does, because these don't lay flat. They lay at a bit of an angle, so going to be cramped. Yeah, that's the problem. I'd be better off to get my my air mattress or whatever and put just here in the back, because stretching across the truck, I mean, I'd have to bend my knees, you know, or bend my legs. That wouldn't be such a bad idea. We'll have to demonstrate that in another live, maybe something with a better setup. I'm not really set up to crawl around back there now, so maybe I'll come on another day and we'll go ahead and give that a try and see what that's like, because I think it'd be kind of interesting myself. Uh-oh, somebody's in my driveway or something. I don't know. Oh, it might be catching me. I have cameras and they go off when there's motion. It's probably catching me in here because I don't see anybody else. Anyway, I just wanted to get on. We're running a bit long. I've been on here almost 30 minutes already. What do you guys think? I mean, you know, did I buy the wrong Tundra? Probably, if it continues to manufacture this lift for the Tundras. I'll build one and go ahead and put it in the new one. Who knows? Anyway, guys, gals, whoever might happen to watch this after the fact, have a great day. Thanks to everybody who watched now or watches later. I appreciate it. And if you haven't before, click that subscribe button down below. Thanks for watching. See y'all later.